So, hello everyone. Now we are going to solve a CA problem again, and the problem name is uh, let's check taxes. So, first let's start with reading the problem statement, and then I will proceed further. So, Mr. Fund now lives in a country with a very specific tax laws. The total income of Mr. Fund during this year is equal to N. Okay, N is his total income uh, and bills, and the amount of tax he has to pay is calculated as the maximum divisor of n not equal to n, of course. For example, n is equal to 6, then font has to pay 3 bills. Okay. For n is equal to 25, he needs to pay 5, and n is equal to 2, then he needs to pay 1. Means his salary is overall n, and he needs to pay the maximum divisor of n as the tax to the government. So n is n is total salary, right? I think I should zoom it. Here, here I should write. So n is the total salary, and how much tax he need to pay? Uh, Max divisor of n. So let's suppose if n is, you can say, 25. So what is the maximum divisor of 25? Think. Obviously it's 5. And let's suppose if the number is 9. So what is the maximum divisor of 9? 3, obviously. Hmm. If the number is 16, what is the maximum divisor of it? 8 it is. So this is the salary and this is the tax we need to pay. Right? Clear till now? Now, as Mr. Fund is very opportunistic person, he wants to cheat a bit. In particular, he wants to split n into several parts such that n plus n1 plus n2 plus n2 plus nk is equal to n. Means he wants to split his salary in k terms so that as he would be needing to pay the maximum divisor of every individual k term. So what would be the benefit of it? I'll will understand after analyzing on the whiteboard. But think that people do know that when someone has a larger amount, so what they do is they split it, like split the amount so that their tax reduces. So that is the same case in this problem, that he has the salary in and he wants to split the salary across multiple uh, multiple sets of money. right? So by doing so, he's trying to reduce his taxes. Hope so I'm able to explain. He can't make some part equal to 1 because it will reveal him, obviously, because when it is 1, there is no this condition because the maximum divisor of 1 would be 1. And here you can't take n as the maximum divisor, obviously. So you can't take 1 here. He can't take 1, right? As already written in the problem. Okay. So the condition of ni is equal to 2 should hold for all I from 1 to k. Perfect. Means that for all the kth set that he created from the salary, in all the sets, there would be ni greater than equal to 2. So done till now. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to do is that we want to n, we want to split n across different n's up to n. Okay. So here we would be printing off, would be uh would be printing what? The not printing actually, we'd be adding the maximum divisor of n1, okay, plus maximum divisor of n2, perfect, maximum divisor of n3, and so on. We'll keep doing it till kth. So now we have understood the problem statement. The only thing we need to understand is that what would be the maximum possible way by which we can reduce the amount that we need to pay to the government, right? So think of it as uh, what are those numbers for which the maximum divisor is as minimal as possible. Let's think together. So think of something like let's suppose an even number. We are starting with the even. So my earbuds battery is down, but let's keep moving. Let's suppose the number is 4. So what is the maximum divisor of 4? 3. So for 4 salary he need to pay 3 as tax. Okay. Let's analyze it for odd. So for odd, let's say that the number is 9. So how much salary he need to pay as tax? If 9 is the amount, then he needs to pay as mm, how much? 3 as the salary. And if the number is prime, let's say the number is 11. So for 11, think of all the possible cases that are possible for this number. So what would be the maximum divisor of 11? Obviously, it would be 1. And pretty strange because here we are, for the lesson number itself, we are paying the highest, like higher amount as tax in the even case too and in the odd one too. But in the case of prime, we are paying very less, like 1. Let's analyze another prime. Let's take 17 now. So for 17, what would be the maximum, yes, maximum divisor of 17? It would be also 1. So have you noticed something? That to get the minimum amount of tax that we need to pay to the government, so for that we would be splitting our salary into as many primes as possible. So this is the overall idea of the problem. So what we have noticed here is that we need to pay as we need to split, sorry, as many primes as possible, because when we split the salary into prime, we need to pay only one as the tax. So very good observation that we have noticed from here. So now the only thing that would be disturbing us is that if the number is not prime. So let's analyze the cases now, because obviously all the numbers that if we split the salary, then it won't be always possible to split it into the primes, because yeah, like few stacks that we develop would be prime, but obviously not all in all the cases. So what we can do here is let's analyze the first case in which the number that we have got is prime. So for the prime number, we'd be giving only one as the tax. So if the n is prime, then we'd be printing one as our answer. Perfect, fine. Already calculated above. So this is the first case. And if we look at the case number two, so what is case number two? If n is not prime, so we can check for one prime, n minus one. No. Why? Because, oh, sorry, and I think my Bluetooth is getting discharged. Yeah. Is it connected or not? I'm not, I don't know that if my voice is audible or not. Let me check a moment. Oh, yes. Voice is getting recorded properly. So here we were. So why we can't select this case? Because we can't select one. Because then we won't be able to find the maximum divisor of one. So 1 minute. I need a break because my uh, earbuds is discharged. So the next case that we were deriving is this one. 2 comma, we would be checking prime n minus 2. So in this, how we have splitted the salary? We have split the salary. We have splitted the salaries two in one stack, like in one and n minus two in the. So if the n minus 2s element is prime, I am writing as PRBR. because I am having trouble while writing with the mouse. So here for 2, the maximum divisor would be 1, and for n, if n minus 2 is prime, then the maximum divisor would be 1 again. So overall answer would be 2 here. Also, you have understood this too. If the n minus 2 is prime, so for prime you have already calculated that we will be selecting 1. So 1 is we have selected here, and for 2 we have selected 1 again. So total we have selected 2, and here 2 is our answer for this case. And again, if this won't happen and we have n, which is what? For that case, the answer. Oh, sorry. Let's analyze this first, and then I'll tell you what would be the answer. So, if the n is mm, even, for the even number, the answer would be also 2, because we need to pay 2 as the taxes. Why? Let's analyze this thing too. So, from childhood, we know one property, that is every even number could be split into 2 primes. Prime 1 and P2. So one prime is here, another one is here. So for this answer would be 1, and for this answer would be 1. When we add these two, the answer would come out as 2. Uh, if we want to look at the examples, then we can obviously see if the number is 20, if the number is 20, then possibly we can split is that 13, 17, 17, 3. If the number is 22, we can say, then we can split it as what? 19 and 3. So, for all the examples that you can think of, this thing will always hold true. And one more thing is that now the only case that is remaining here is case number 3. Sorry. Case number 3 means the n belongs to odd. So we know that every odd is some even number plus some odd number, right? Uh, you already know these properties, like when fourth, fifth, we have taught all these things. So for this, if the number is even, we have already calculated. The answer would be 2 here, and for the odd, we can change it as, sorry. I think I have done a mistake. If odd is even plus odd, then for the even case, we'll be able to split it in terms of two primes. Perfect. Uh, then it will be 2 odd minus 3. Is my voice is getting recorded? 30% it is. So where I was. So for the odd case, let's say the number is 9. So odd is equal to even plus odd. Even is 6 plus 3. So for 3 the answer is 1. And for 6 the answer would be 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Recalled it. So for odd the answer would always be 1 here and 2 here. So overall answer would be 3. Why? Let's understood it. Let's understand it. So for odd, we can always change it into like if the number is odd, right? I'm missing something. For the even case, we can change it into two primes, perfect. And for the odd case, we can convert it into prime. Can we? If the number is 15. So can we convert? 1 minute. Let me analyze the few cases and then I'll do continue. 1 minute. Yeah, hope so I'm audible. Hello. Sorry. So let's move ahead. And here what we are calculating is that this case. So uh, sorry, I was analyzing the wrong thing here. We should not analyze like this. And no, that is good. This is fine. But you always know that for odd there is even plus odd. That was right. So for all the odd numbers, we can write it as like 3 plus even. Fine. Because when we subtract odd value from any odd number, then the value we'll be getting is even. So for all the even, we have already know that we can split it into P1 plus P2, and for P1 plus P2, the answer is 2, and here for 3, because it's the prime number, answer is 1. So the overall answer is 3. And don't think that would it always be possible to get 3 here, because for 1 and 2, like if let's suppose that n is 1, so in which case this would be falling. Obviously, this is not under the problem constraint because n would always be greater than or equal to 1. So now let's think that n is 2. So if n is 2, then it would be obviously prime. So for prime, the answer would be 1. Perfect, fine. Move to 3. So if n would be 3, then it will be also prime. So n is 1. So answer is 1. So means this would be always present for all the cases, that would lie in the case, for all the salaries that would be lying under case 3. Also, I am able to explain the entire idea of the code that we are going to do now, like the solution that we are going to code now. So the intuition was pretty simple. The only thing that you need to do was this, and coding part is pretty easy. You need to just write the if else statement and you'll be done with it. So 1 minute. So as I have already solved it. Oh, battery is very down of my earbuds. So let's take the input as n, and if the number is prime, we'll be creating is prime function. So if the number is prime, let's create it first. Here is prime and n. If n is less than 2, then return false, and keep moving from and I equal to 2, I into I less than equal to n, I plus plus if n divided by I is equal to 0. Then return false, and for the rest of the cases return true. This is the number to check. This is the function to check if the number is prime or not. So we have written it. And here we have written it in wrong way. So if the number is prime, then the answer is 1 even dear, and else if the is prime is n minus 2th number, fine, and also if n is divided by 2 is equal to 0. So for this, print 2 as our answer, and for all the cases, print 3. So this should run obviously. Now let's submit it up. Control A, Control C, move back, sorry, move back here. This is the submission that I have already done. So let's submit it again. Internet connected, yes it is. So let's submit this problem. Uh, why is it buffering? Problem number D, it is. Want to make the solution. My submit button is not clickable. It is now. So it should obviously pass. So the overall code is very simple. Like you need to do nothing while coding. The only thing that you need to decode is that for the n minus 2th case and the odd and even case. Because the prime case you would have definitely gotten while reading the problem statement itself, because from the examples you can think of now that for all the primes that we are selecting, we are only paying one as the tax. So hopefully you have seen it is accepted here. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for the problem. Pretty simple problem, but yeah, tricky one too. Because if you have decoded the prime n minus 2 even and odd this thing, then it is pretty easy, like very easy problem. But if you haven't, if you are not able to decode, then it's quite tricky one. But I found it very easy because while reading the problem statement itself, I got to know that yeah, there would be. We'll try to pick as many. We'll try to divide the salary in as many plans as possible because for all of that we need to play only one. So yeah, that's all for this video. Uh, Also, I have been audible in the entire video because my earbuds is discharged. So sorry for that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now. Go enjoy your life.